This video is part 2 of the demonstration of the IBM Scenario Planning Advisor, or SPA. In part 1 of this video, you saw how SPA users can explore the current world state, aggregated into storylines, and how that can be used both for awareness and as context for exploring generated scenarios. In this video, we look at using these and other selected risk drivers to explore a number of generated scenarios. So let's go on to that next step. Here we can see the set of risk drivers that we had previously selected: high inflation and increase in taxes. In this box, we can adjust the list, expanding our what-if explorations by adding or removing other drivers. Say, for example, broadband internet becoming more widely available. Well, in this case, let's just go back and stick with the original two that we selected. So when we're ready, we just press the Generate Scenarios button. In the background, the system uses our team's highly efficient AI planning search algorithm to search through thousands of possible future paths based on the selected risk drivers, then grouping similar paths into separate scenarios. Here we see that 3 scenarios were generated. Each row represents one scenario, so we have 3 scenarios. SPA presents both a textual and a graphical view of each scenario. Each scenario has associated with it a number of important implications and a number of leading indicators: the business implications and the leading indicators. Leading indicators are predicates which appear early in the plans that are part of one scenario but not of the other scenarios. In other words, they tend to lead to this scenario and not to others. Observing these leading indicators could alert us as to which scenario is likely to occur. So these leading indicators that we surfaced here are decreasing government and political stability, high inflation, etc. For each set of predicates, there are 2 groups: probable and possible. Predicate sets show up in these categories not because of some probabilistic projection, but based on how many of the futures or plans contain these predicates. We also can click on the title of each scenario to see a summary explanation of all of the paths that were analyzed as part of the scenario. This shows the selected drivers in green, the leading indicators in blue, and the business implications in yellow. To interpret this scenario explanation graph, look at any node. The arcs from that node tell what that node might lead to were it to occur. So, for example, a decrease in taxes might lead to decreased tariffs on foreign firms. Read the arcs from any node to a business implication as this node, were it to occur, could have this implication on our business. For example, market disruptors could lead to the business implication of a rising cost to attract and retain talent in the enterprise. Now let's go back and take a look at a much larger and more complex scenario graph. The scenario construction process is customizable via a profile, which contains detailed domain information. First, at the center of this process, is a set of domain expert-provided mind maps. Each small mind map describes a network of causes and effects without probabilities. For this example, we had 23 mind maps with some degree of overlap. Together, they form the large causal graph over which we are searching for future paths during scenario generation. This model can be customized by the user in two ways. First, by specifying how important the key risk drivers are, and second, by answering a machine-generated questionnaire about the importance and likelihood of these causal relationships. An example of a mind map can be found in our AAAI 18 paper entitled An AI Planning Solution to Scenario Generation for Enterprise Risk Management. Our current research is expanding these capabilities in a number of important ways. First, we are working on partially automating the completion of a profile by automatically suggesting sources, people, and organizations of interest, and providing immediate feedback on any customized keywords. Second, we aim to use more sophisticated NLP techniques to better rank the emerging storylines. Third, we are looking at automatically expanding expert-provided mind maps from public unstructured data. This concludes part 2 of the demo video. Thank you for your attention.